Hello, my name is Mark Hill Taylor. I'm the marketing director for AVO's Marketing. We developed the Rebuild Your Mind Mental Health Challenge and Initiative so that we can destigmatize mental health in the state of Colorado and transform the state into the most efficient, trauma-informed, trauma-conscious, and trauma-responsive states in the United States and then into America. I sit here today with a therapist that specialize in trauma. And why I sit here today is because I dealt with those issues and I'm dealing with them in a much healthier way now. But this is why the Rebuild Your Mind was developed so that we can address these issues aggressively as possible. Every 12 minutes, someone suffers in silence and commits suicide. 91 people a day die from drug-related offenses or drug-related issues. Every 25 minutes a child is born addicted to opioid. So I sit here today with our first therapist of the Rebuild Your Mind Mental Health Challenge and Initiative. She joins us to fight aggressively against these particular issues, and that's what brings me to her, because I surround myself with therapists and psychologists in this field so that I don't make the same decisions that I made when I was suffering from those impairments. I would like to introduce her. Would you please explain who you are and what you do and what bring us together today?
Absolutely. So my name's Deborah Reece. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I transitioned from being in the business world and consulting to mental health because of the need. And because I wanted to help people. Making companies money just wasn't filling my soul. So that's why I transitioned into a therapist with student loan debt. With lots of
You
student
hear
loan
this?
debt.
That's traumatizing in itself, but
I am trauma informed, and I've been, from the very first day when I started in 2004, trauma has been my specialty. Why? Well, I've had trauma in my life. It's very hard to find someone who hasn't had trauma. I have mental illness in my family. And I've also made some really great mistakes, including experiencing and staying in domestic violence until I got saved. And I have been saved.
I want to ask you this. How long has it been since you've been practicing this field? And what specifically techniques, strategies, and would you use to help rebuild the mind? You know?
Okay. So, I've been doing this practicing for 12 years now. Are you going to edit this?
I can.
You just are.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
And I've used many different trauma modalities, and I'm going to say that one that has the most research behind it and really works, it's called EMDR, which is eye movement rapid desensitization. And I'm just going to tell you a quick story that the woman who discovered this, her name's Francine Shapiro. She was walking in Central Park one day, very upset about something, and the wind was blowing the trees. And when she got back to her office a while later, she's like, man, I feel better. And that's where the idea came that if we stimulate both sides of our minds while we are addressing trauma, addressing anything, then we get the logical and the emotional, and they get to work together. And a lot of times, what it's doing is it's taking memories that weren't stored properly because we were in fight or flight mode.
I understand. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so I would like to ask you, do you believe that it's time for us to attack these issues in this aggressive manner by coming together collectively to do the Rebuild Your Mind Mental Health Challenge and Initiative? Because a lot of people are afraid to talk about those issues. It's a stigma behind it. You know what I mean? Right. You being a therapist, I know you deal with that a lot when clients come in and they're afraid to talk to you. So do you believe in your heart that doing such a challenge like this is a huge step forward in the process of being able to provide treatment for individuals. Would you say that?
I would say that, and I
You
would
know-
say that
No, you're fine.
I'm gonna edit it.
That's okay.
I would say that there are so many people in America and around the world suffering from mental illness,
Mm-hmm.
untreated,
Mm-hmm.
usually treating it in some way that is not healthy for them, such as substance abuse, alcoholism, keeping it all inside, which is a really great one that will take you down, and others.
Right, right. And so with these strategies, you've seen some of our videos. You see who's supporting us. You know, President of Fraternal Order Police. We have Beth McCann actually in support, and some other individuals that are politically inclined to take
Good.
it. Would you say that this is one of the best strategies to take to actually destigmatize and transform?
I do believe it's going to help so much. Rebuild Your Mind is about taking the rest of the stigma that's left out of mental health, and so many people are suffering. And I want to talk to you about that suffering, but I am in this Rebuild Your Mind to help America, the people in America, and maybe around the world to get help when they need it.
Yes. Do you believe that your techniques, strategies, and treatment capabilities, do you believe that they're effective? You know, when you use it on your clients, is it effective, the EMDR and some of the other treatments that you've used?
Absolutely, it's effective, and it works differently for different people, but people who have had such severe trauma, and you guys out there know who you are, it affects your brain, it affects your life, it affects your ability to function, and EMDR is done in such a wonderful, soft way where we first build resources for you, like a wisdom figure, let's say a nurturing figure. We actually build those in your mind because our minds are so powerful.
Yes.
So that when we're going through the EMDR, if you're having a problem, you'll hear a therapist say, "Could you bring in one of your resources?" And
Wow.
and people do.
Wow.
And then the scene
Wow.
changes. It's so
Wow.
exciting to experience. I'm so blessed that I get to see it.
Wow.
And it's part of what got me back here. I did EMDR and therapy for years.
Wow.
Then decided, hey, I might be okay at this. So here I am.
That's big. That is. So if you could encourage every psychologist, neuroscientist, neurologist, neuropsychologist to join us in this fight, because this it cannot be just one therapist. We need the entire mental health community behind this. And so this is important that we're sitting here together. You see now an individual who suffered these issues for years and years and years, neglect, abandonment, detachment, and things of that nature. And now I'm sitting in the community with therapists, doctors, officers, everybody trying to destigmatize this thing and to transform Colorado into the safest state. This would not be, it's not possible to do it alone. ABO's marketing is fighting extremely hard to help transform Colorado into the safest state, and we need your help. Let me ask you this question. This is a challenge, and this may be, you spoke about mental health earlier and things of that nature. Would you ever say, my doctor, Nina Menegau, I would like to say that she always teaches me about how everybody have these issues, is just how you deal with them. I thank her. She's the reason why we're sitting here now. Dr. Nina Menegau, I want to thank you so much because you changed my life, and you are the actual ones who's making the healthy connections within myself, like you always teach me, and with others. So I thank you. If you could challenge any doctor whatsoever, or any three people, who would it be that you would challenge? You got to make them count, I know you work here around the office, and other therapists here, and we do want to try to make sure we get as much mental health push behind us as possible so we can save those lives.
Okay.
So anyone that you want to challenge, who would it be?
Okay, so the first one that comes to mind is not a counselor. She's an amazing woman who has helped so many and could help us so much to destigmatize this, and that's Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow.
She's so kind, and she could help us just get the word out. And Ellen, thanks for everything that you do now. And then I would like to
You get 2 more.
challenge.
Anybody you want.
I would like to challenge the new governor, Jared Polis, to take up the mantle of what Dr. Hickenlooper, I think his name's Roy Hickenlooper, did for mental health. And I want to talk about what he did for mental health. And Jared, I really believe that you're going to continue this and that you would love to help the Rebuild Your Mind organization.
Thank you. And you've done your challenge. If there's anything that you can say to encourage other people to join us or to promote treatment, because we do want to bridge the gap between those that are in need of treatment and the treatment itself, like we're doing now. We're bridging the gap with you and the community. You're talking to the community. What would you tell the community as far as who would you like to see work with us? That's what I would like to say. I'm not a reporter. I'm a regular person, but who would you like to see work with us? I want to make that clear because this is, who would you?
I want to say that we need everyone.
Wow.
I work with psychiatrists and social workers who are also therapists, social workers who aren't case managers. There are so many people in the mental health field that are there to help you. And I want to tell you right now, if you are feeling suicidal, talk to someone. Tell someone. And if you're the person that they tell, listen and do not judge them. They have a problem. They need help. They cannot help how they're feeling or how they're acting, whether it be substance or mental health. Listen to them and then help them to get the help they need. I've had so many people come in to therapy with me who were just done. They were done. They didn't want to live anymore. And therapy works because therapists are trained, yes, to listen and also to keep things confidential.
That's right.
And no judgment. My favorite part of this job, I have no judgment
That's
in
a
my
blessing.
head.
That's a blessing.
And it makes it so much easier. And there are times we break confidentiality, but it's really an extreme. We're worried about you or someone else dying right away.
Yes. And you've challenged 2 people. You do it. You still have another challenge. Yeah, one more challenge. We want to make sure that you addressed it, whoever it may be. So it's up to them if they accept it. Now we can't make them, and we're hoping that they want to save lives. If they want to save lives, they'll accept the challenge.
Okay.
If they don't want to save lives, then don't challenge. This is a challenging of ourselves, So one more. You get one more challenge. Who would it be?
So I would challenge. Who would I challenge? I would challenge, not a name, but all of the therapists out there and all of the social workers, case managers, etc., to join this cause and help to erase stigma. And I know that you already do it every day, but too many people are dying. We need to widen it.
Wow. That is, wow. I thank you so much for giving us your heart. We as patients come and dump things onto you psychologists and you therapists, and when you get all of that, I'm sure it takes so much that you have to, but I want to thank you for caring for us so much, because I was suicidal a few years ago, and Nina Minagawa did for me what you are doing for everybody right now as well, Dr. Nina Minagawa, thank you. I want to thank Deb Reece here at, what is the name of your...
Three Little Birds Counseling and Wellness Center. We're located in Littleton. We do trauma-informed yoga. 3 of us are EMDR trained, and there are also other modalities of trauma work if that one doesn't work, because I started back before EMDR.
Oh my goodness! I thank you. You are our first. You wanna.
I just
talk
want
to-
to say
Go
to the
ahead.
people out
Go
there,
ahead.
if you're out there and you're
Whoever.
feeling bad,
There you go.
you need help. I want to let you know that there is help right here in
There
Colorado.
we go.
We just need to grow it. And I want to bring up what Governor Hickenlooper did during his
Rain.
time, reign. He opened up, he worked so we could open up 5 community crisis centers throughout the Denver area. And those crisis centers are there for you to walk into if you're feeling bad and you're going to get someone to talk to and assess you. And you might just need to stay there for a while to calm down. I'm talking hours, maybe a couple of days. And then they're going to make sure that you have treatment once you leave there, that you have appointments to go to. Go to those appointments. It can just change your life.
Yes, it can. It changed mine.
It changed
It
his.
changed mine.
I also
It changed
want to mention Second Wind Fund. They work with all of the school districts in the Denver area. And what they do is work with the school counselors to identify students who are at risk for suicide.
Wow.
Once they're identified, they get in touch with Second Wind Fund and they send these people to therapists all over. You have to be very credentialed to do that. But you receive 12 sessions that Second Wind Fund pays for. You don't pay a dime.
That is good.
Come
Wow.
get some counseling.
Yes. It's life saving. I want to thank you so much, Deb. I do. You know, when I first met you over the phone, we talked about doing this together. We talked about destigmatizing and transforming, and I think you just touched some lives. I really do. I think you just touched some lives. You think so? And so this is a blessing. It is. It's a sad issue, but we have to address it in an aggressive manner. Anything else you want to say before we?
I'm just so honored every day when I get up that this is what I do for a living. It fills my soul. Sometimes it's really hard. Life's hard. I wouldn't do anything else the rest of my life.
Wow. I want to
Thank you,
so-
Marcel.
Markel.
It's the
It was,
first time I said sell.
Thank you so much. No doctor can write a prescription for friendship and love, but we can. We're signing off with one of she's our doctor. Thank you.
I'm not a doctor.
She challenged all of you therapists out there. We're asking you to join us. It's time to destigmatize, and it's time to transform Colorado into the most efficient, most efficient. Oh, that'll be cut.
Most efficient, effective, and
You can just do it. Transform Colorado.